Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we have something a little bit different. Today I am sharing with you a little box opening of I think it's vinyl doll that I found called the Monst doll. They kind of look a little bit like Olala dolls, but they're not, and they're quite a bit less expensive, definitely much more affordable. So I thought I'd share this little box opening video with you and share my initial thoughts on the doll. Because they were so affordable, I ended up buying two different styles, which you can kind of see here on the tops of the boxes. And I also purchased a blank head so I could experiment with painting some on my own. They come branded in these little Monst doll boxes, and the spare head that I ordered was in its own separate little box. And I will go ahead and open this and get them out of here now. The boxes did get slightly dinged during transit, but it doesn't matter to me. But I know some people would be upset about that, but I really wasn't, honestly, because I probably will pitch them, which is unusual for doll people. Here's one of the hoods that was kind of packaged separate, and then the head, which is in its own little plastic box, is right in here. I should also mention that there aren't too many places where you can buy these dolls. I think you can get them from Luludao. I think that's the name of it. You can follow their business on Instagram, but I ended up having to order these off of AliExpress, which I feel is always a little bit of a crapshoot. But the seller that I went with was actually extremely fast and very reliable. So if you want to know the seller that I used, I can share it below. Okay, dolly nudity incoming. Inside the box here, they're in a little plastic form that kind of protects the doll, and everything seemed to be in order from the smashed box, so everything was in good condition. And the little white box you see there is the clothing. The clothing were in that box. Yeah, so you'll have to unpackage it. It's not quite as intense as unpacking a Barbie, though. So the first thing of note with this doll is that the hair is really actually pretty soft. The bangs are a little bit long, and obviously you can see that they definitely need a little bit of a trim, but her eyes are there, and it's a cute little printed on face. And yeah, so overall, initially, I'm pleased with the hair. Definitely need to do a little something with it. And now it's time to try to figure out how to get the body out of this little bag. And I also realized that there is a body bag joke in there. Da-dum-ch. Alright, so as I said earlier, the clothing comes in this little box here, and they're packaged in these cute little bear wrappers. Honestly, they're so seriously cute. And I definitely saved them because I love to save cute things like this. And here I'm pulling out the outfit. The outfit consists of an inner dress, an outer pinafore, and this pair of little socks with the little bows on it that are so darned adorable. And here's the little pinafore, and then the little interior dress. It got a little bit wrinkled, but you know, that's to be expected whenever you are buying things online. It was a little bit difficult getting the hand through the end of the sleeve here, so I had to do it off camera. So here I've managed to fuss and fiddle my way through getting the hands through the sleeves. As far as I can tell, there is no way to pop the hands off of this doll, so you will have to fuss with whatever clothing items you purchase for these dolls. The quality of the dresses are very good, honestly, and here I will eventually put on the pinafore. And you can see all of the detailing. There's like a little Peter Pan collar and some pin tucks and a little bit of what looks kind of like, sort of like a embroidery trim. And the pinafore is super cute too. It's got a tiny bow on the top of it. Of course, this is much easier to get onto the doll. I'm sorry for the footage though, because it was difficult to try to look through the camera and then also look at the doll at the same time. And here she is, all dressed up and ready to go. Obviously, I still need to trim the bangs a little bit, but I'll deal with that later. So now it is time to unbox the other style. I was kind of a little bit unsure of this one online. I really liked the outfit and I love the face, but the hair was very, very red in the online pictures, and I didn't really want a red-haired doll, but you'll see as soon as I pull it out of here that it's a very deep chestnut sort of auburn color rather than like a bright red color, and so I was extremely pleased with that. And again, we have the same unpackaging drill. So here she is, completely out of the box, and as you can clearly see, nice chestnut auburn colored hair, and she's got little gray eyes and a little bit of freckles, which makes her super extra cute. And again, definitely gonna need a bangs trim. Again, it's a similar drill with the unboxing of the clothing. And they are also packaged in this cute little bear zip pouches, like Ziploc sort of pouches. And you can see the colorway of the dress in here. One thing I really liked about this one was the clothing, because I felt like the dress, especially with the color of hair, like worked really well. I liked the contrast of the red on that little Peter Pan collar. It's basically a dress with a little spare sort of skirt. It's not exactly a pinafore. And then she's got a couple of little burgundy socks and a little hair bow. Again, getting the hands through the sleeve holes, even though this was a short sleeve dress, was still a bit problematic. I really tried to get it on camera here, but it's just so fiddly and you really need both hands and you wind up bumping into the camera. So she's gonna come back dressed here in like 2 seconds. And ta-da! Here she is, though I still need to apply the skirt and so on. I wasn't quite sure what the little bow was for, but then I ended up looking at the picture on the box, and it does look like one of the pictures shows her wearing a little hair bow. So I guess you'd tie it around the back, and then she'd be wearing her little hair bow. However, she also came with the little bear hat, and so I decided that I would rather try the bear hat on. The bear hat is a little Sherpa fleece style hat, and it has a lining and a little button with a little elastic loop for the clasp. And here you can see me looping the little bit of elastic around the button on the other side. It's pretty easy, and then she just needs a little adjustment and she looks super cute. And here she is a little bit close up. I'll get her bangs out of her face here in a minute. And I just think that this one, especially this one in particular, is just so darn cute. And I was really glad that I ended up getting both styles. This one looks straight ahead, and the first one I unboxed also, it has a side glance, so it's nice to have that variety. Alright, so now that I have both of the full dolls unboxed, it's time to get out the spare blank head that you can order and have a look at it. You can see right away outside the bag what kind of neck socket it has. There's going to be a little ball on the bottom of the doll's body that fits in that socket, and you can see the little grooves for the eyes, and it looks exactly like the other two sculpts, so it should be pretty fun to paint. And here you can see a little bit of the posability of these dolls. It is possible to get them to stand on their own despite their extremely large heads. They do not actually sit very well. I just happened to get lucky because the redhead was kind of sitting on her hair, which gave her a little bit of a cushion. They can kneel quite nicely, so that's a nice plus, and basically they have really nice jointing. It's nice and smooth and easy to work with. So I thought we'd take a little look at the feet, which are, of course, super adorable. They do have jointed ankles and everything, so it's very posable, but you'll notice that the size of the feet is not the same size as the standard Blythe doll. And here I'm getting out my Blythe doll to compare with these two, and you can see the height difference in them, and honestly I think they would make nice young siblings for the Blythe doll, to be honest. But I mainly got out the Blythe so we could look at the shoes and the feet and see what kind of shoes are going to work for these dolls. I didn't get it on film quite perfectly, but you can see that the original Blythe doll body, its foot is kind of a bit like a Barbie foot with the high heel action. And the Monst doll's feet are obviously quite a bit bigger than that. And they also seem a little bit bigger than the pure Nemo bodies, and I'll get out one of those bodies here in a minute. I did very gently try to stick the Blythe boot on here, but it just wasn't gonna go, and I didn't want to force it. And here I'm getting out one of my Rika dolls. She is actually on the A-Zone Pure Nemo body, and I'm going to show you a foot comparison between her and the Monst doll. And here they are side by side, and they are really close. In length, they're about the same, but the Monst doll's feet are just a little bit wider. I think overall, whenever you're going to be buying shoes for this doll, you're going to need to keep in mind the measurements of the foot. And here I'll try to get a better angle of them here so you can see the difference in the size of the feet. They are pretty close, but not quite. And my guess is that probably some of the A-Zone Pure Nemo shoes would work. But again, you should double check everything with the measurements of the foot. That being said, these little cheap generic plastic sneakers that I have that I got with some sort of discount doll, they fit. So it is possible to get some regular play scale doll shoes to fit. So that is pretty much it for this video, and if you have any questions about these dolls, I would be happy to answer your questions in the comments below. Overall, I'm really happy with the purchase, and I think they are adorable, and I look forward to experimenting with painting the blank one's face. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!